everybody, and welcome in to the Josh Ennis Show. It is Josh and Jilly and Luther and all of our wacky friends tonight. We welcome you in. Glad you are with us today. Luther's going to get a massage tomorrow, so he should be in a good mood. Luther Finney on Friday has got to go get the chiropractor, so he may not be in a good mood that day. I do not know.
Hopefully it helps.
Hopefully it does. So we're going to find that out, though. If it does, it doesn't. But we're going to take Luther. So the next 2 days, Thursday and Friday, are very big Luther days. Huge Luther days. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. Appreciate all of you guys who have been active as part of the 97.5 Twitch channel as well, who've been joining us. Thank you guys very much. They are impressed by the number of Gissers. I need you guys to maybe tone it down a little bit with your rage in the chat. We'll talk about that. I'd greatly appreciate it if you would, dial it back a hair or 2 or 15.
Now you're censoring the folks.
I'm not censoring anybody. I would just like it. I don't need I just don't want people to fight all the time. Stop fighting about stuff.
You understand that's largely what happens in chat rooms.
I know, but it's just like the anger of these people. It's just amazing to me. We're trying, here's what I like about people. People are like, boy, we really want the podcast to be huge, man. We want the podcast to be gigantic, bro. Yeah, it ain't gonna get anywhere if our chat is just 10 dudes yelling at each other about Trump all the time. My God. I don't give a shit who you vote for, who you believe in, I don't care. But man, we're trying to take this place to another level, and I got the people in the 97.5 chat here during the day great, we got 200 people in here, 250 people in here, and all the chat is people yelling at each other about politics and the Rona and lying politics. I don't need that. Get in a better mood. Try, please. Now, with that said, Dr. Busby should put you in a good mood if her music doesn't put you in a good mood. The idea that she helps your dogs feel better and live better, right? I mean, that should put you in a good mood, I would think. I don't know about the, monsters in our chat. I don't know if they can be happy about anything. But Dr. Busby wants to help your dogs. Say your dog has a hard time getting around due to, I don't know, maybe just a joint pain, hip pain, maybe having some mobility issues like little Luther was at one point. Well, here's what you can do. You can purchase the Dr. Busby's Encore Mobility, and it's on her website, towgrips.com. She is a real veterinarian, by the way. She's not one of these people, one of these people out here protesting that has a doctor before their name, and you're like, what the hell are you a doctor of? She is a doctor of veterinary medicine. That is what she is, and she wants to help your dogs get around better with the Encore Mobility. Luther takes it every morning. It helps him out. He loves it. And Dr. Busby would not put her name on it if she did not believe in it, and she does. And, of course, there's also the Toe Grips, which you can purchase at towgrips.com. If your dog has a hard time getting around on wood floors due to age, arthritis, injury, surgery, or disability, but that same dog can walk on rugs, carpet, and grass, well, good news for you. The Toe Grips can help your dog get around better. And that's good, right? That doesn't stink. That's wonderful to see a dog. And by the way, and we haven't tried it with Luther yet because we're not sure what his issue is. We're not sure if it requires that yet or not, but it could, depending on what his issue is. But man, we've been seeing Luther the last couple of weeks, and he's kind of afraid on the wood floors, but he stands on the carpet, and that sucks. You don't want to see your dog stuck on just the carpet or the rug in your house. So you want your dog to start feeling confident again. And Toe Grips can do that. Towgrips.com is the website. And if you use the promo code Luther, 10% off site-wide. Site-wide, 10% off using the code Luther at checkout. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee if these things don't work. But I feel pretty confident in saying that they will work because I wouldn't steer you in the wrong direction. So use the promo code Luther, Luther. For Toe Grips, go to towgrips.com, and you will not regret it. So, they are very impressed, by the way, over at 97.5 with the number of people we're able to generate on the Twitch, because they hadn't been paying much attention to Twitch. Twitch isn't really their thing, right? But I was trying to convince them that Twitch should be their thing. They should be more into Twitch because Twitch has potential to be very big for the station and a revenue generator for the station. And I've been trying to explain that to them, and they've seen the reaction. And I truly appreciate the number of members of Gist Nation who not only joined me for my show at 2, but have been hanging out the last couple of days for Fred and AJ. And that I really appreciate. What I'd really appreciate, though, even more, and I love you guys, I do, I really don't need people constantly fighting in this damn chat. I really don't need it. I don't want it. I appreciate you. I love you. Stop the bullshit in the chat. Please. Just talk. Yeah, if you want, I'm not censoring you. I'm not blocking you if you do. But, you know, we're doing something that a lot of radio stations aren't doing when we do this. We are, you know, we're talking during the breaks. We're giving you interaction you're not getting most other places, right? It's pretty cool. We can talk with the chat during the show, and we're getting 150, 200. We peaked out at like nearly 270 people today. That's badass. We appreciate that. We're also part of this new Twitch sports program, so that show airs on this new Twitch program. What I don't need is them seeing a bunch of Neanderthals in here arguing over this dumb shit constantly and going, whoa, what the hell's up with this toxic environment? I don't need it. I don't just be in a good mood. I'm trying to be in a good mood, right? So just not everything has to be a fight between you, Trump, or you're MAGA, or you're a liberal. I don't need all this shit. Please, for the love of God, people, be better. Represent Just Nation better than that. Please. Like, I get that we're not your typical kind of phony, hardcore, woke / social justice warrior show, and we'll talk about things other people won't in a different way than a lot of other people won't. But we got to dial it back here, people. Just dial it back a hair.
It does scare people off who may have never watched the Twitch before.
Absolutely,
and then they see that
does.
and they're like, all right, I'm out.
Nobody wants to be part of that. Like going to a place that's kind of inviting, kind of welcoming, you know, because see, the way you get big, like here's the way it works. It's great when you have your core group of people that are your loyal, diehard P1s, dyed-in-the-wool, hardcore gisters, like all of you are. But if we're going to make this thing big, you know how many people tell me, don't even worry about getting a radio job, Josh, just do the Twitch. I'm like, all right, that's great. If we can build this thing into something big enough, I'd be glad to. That'd be awesome to do whatever the hell we want, basically. But we're not at that point yet. We're trying to build this thing. We're trying to turn it into a monster. We want it to be big. We want people. We want new people to become part of Just Nation. We want to build it into a huge thing because the audience we have right now is great. And we can hang out with this audience, and you guys are wonderful, and I would never disown you or anything. I love you. But if we're going to get to that next level that everybody wants to get to, and we're going to get to that level where we can tell people to stick it, radio stations, other podcasts, we can tell them to stick it because we've got a powerful thing here. If we're going to do that, we have to bring in new people. We need new consumers. We need new listeners. That's what we need. So if we're going to get that, I don't know that it's the best place if it's just real talk, bunch of angry white dudes yelling at each other. Not exactly the greatest audience in the world. I'm not embarrassed of you. I like you. But it's not a very, like, most people don't want to come to a chat and yell about shit nonstop. People are turned off by it. People are turned off by it. And what we become is just this angry white dudes mad at the world podcast. I don't need that shit. That's all. Am I wrong, Jilly? Am I wrong on this? I mean, you're the voice of reason
No, I mean, like
here.
I said, the first time we ever logged into Twitch before we put that filter on it, and I saw the vile things that people were saying in that chat, I wanted no part of Twitch.
Correct.
Remember that first night?
Oh, God, we were on the phone, yeah.
No, we are not doing this. So I would think that the people who are loyal to the show would get the cause.
Correct. And understand what we're trying to do. Like, and listen, we talk about stuff, again, that other people don't. You know, we might have a different viewpoint on things, and sometimes our viewpoints are considered bigoted or racist, okay, by people. You know?
Thing is, we don't want to isolate the half of the country that, you know, are the libtards, as they say in the chat.
Yes.
They're welcome to watch, too.
Yeah, they are. And guess what?
We want them.
We do. And they're going to disagree with a lot of the stuff I say. They're going to disagree with a lot of the stuff that is said by people in the chat. I understand that. I respect that. I'm all about that. But when I'm trying to do a show on 97.5 during the day, and I have the Twitch on my phone, and I look at it during breaks, but if I'm in the break talking with people, and all I see is a bunch of back and forth, was somebody yelling with the engineer from 97.5 today? I don't know. Was there, let me ask this to the people in Twitch. Was there a person by the name of Engineer 97.5 in the Twitter? Or in the Twitch, rather? Was somebody named ESPN, or it was 97.5 engineer? That's a question I have. Was that person in there? That's all I want to know. And if so, I want to say I saw some sort of argument involving engineer 97.5. I might be wrong, but that is the person who is the engineer of the radio station.
You don't want to piss them off.
No, because the engineer is the one who put forth the great effort to make all this stuff happen. Yes, your engineer commented to me some smarmy shit right off the bat. Okay, great. They said some smarmy shit to you. Act like you assholes don't say smarmy shit to people all the time. You're all smarmy assholes. Let's get real. Let me see here. I mean, everybody's acting like a smarmy asshole. So yeah, the engineer said something great. I don't know what he said. I just know that I don't want this chat to become some toxic, horrible place. I want to enjoy it. Even though I didn't see the discussion, we're in a world where if you lean left, you have no concern or fear of your opinion, but if you lean right and push back, you're automatically awful. Jesus Christ. Again, I'm trying to get this shit away from this goddamn political stuff. Can we stop? Can we try? Is it possible to understand that? Guess what, MW Soul Grove and all you right-wingers? You're all fucking stupid. You left-wingers, you're all fucking stupid. Can we now agree that everybody's fucking stupid? And let's go do a goddamn radio show.
Well, you didn't help yourself, to be fair, for a few weeks here. You did get pretty into it.
And you know what? When those topics happen, I will discuss those topics. Those are real topics. The Bubba Wallace thing, I will go to bat and I will say that he was full of shit. NASCAR was full of shit. That is fair. Absolutely fair. There's a lot of topics out there that are fair and they have to be discussed because I agree. The way the media covers a lot of shit is wrong. They are completely left-driven things. I understand that. And we discuss that. But I'm just trying to get to a point where the entire damn discussion isn't just real talk, angry fucking white dudes every day. If you'll do that, we'll just call the show Angry Fucking White Dudes, and you can yell about how fucking oppressed you are all the time. My God. I understand that I'm supposed to be pandering to you because you're my base. You're my base. My base is people that want to be entertained. I'm not some fucking rabble-rouser, some guy who's here to be like, yep, I'm the place where white people go to be in an echo chamber. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm about. If there are stories that require that conversation, and there are some stories that we're going to do that are going to piss people off, generally speaking, woke left-wing people will get pissed because we have a different viewpoint than that. Yes, we have a different viewpoint than that. Of course we do. I don't believe in, I was one of the only people in the media saying, something ain't right about this Bubba Wallace story. Absolutely. I was one of those people. I think it's absurd that Sage Steele isn't black enough, quote unquote, for ESPN. We'll talk about that in a second. It's comical. It's comical. We are the ones that gave you some honest takes on Deshaun Jackson. These are all things that we are going to do, and we discuss those things here. But here's how we're not going to grow. If this is today in the Klan, we ain't growing. We ain't going anywhere. We're going to be stuck talking to all of us same 70 fucking people every day. That's what we're going to be.
They won't even let you talk about
Thank you.
on Facebook.
Thank you, Coach Dave. Appreciate that. But it's true. This hasn't always been my shtick. My shtick used to be, we're doing funny shit. That's what, it used to be, hey, we're humorous, we're laughing. That's what we did in Philadelphia. That was great. That's what we did in Houston. That was great. Now, somehow, I've become this breeding ground for, this hardcore political discussion that I don't want to be part of. I don't want to be part of this shit.
And to be fair to you, for a while, that was all people were talking about. And, I mean, it kind of happened to you at 790 for a moment. You tried to get on the good side of management and talk all Trump this, right this, blah, blah, blah. And I told you then it was stupid and it sucked and I was bored. And then I think you kind of came to that revolution yourself this time.
I got bored with it. I don't think the people in here are bad people at all.
I don't either.
I don't think they're bad people at all. And I don't think they're Klansmen or anything like that. I don't believe that at all. I love the people that listen to this. but I'm trying to build something into something greater, into something bigger.
You just need to get back to what you're the best at, and that's just stupid humor and being funny and making sports funny.
And listen, we do that.
I know.
But sometimes these stories are unavoidable, and we talk about those stories.
But I mean, for example, and you know it too. You did for a while. You were like, "Oh, I might get this job at a conservative talk station."
I talked
so you
about that
went
on the radio
real,
today.
yeah, you know. But now, like, we need to grow it. Like you said, we haven't seen a good growth in the past month. We're kind of flat here.
Yeah.
And as I've said before, this isn't enough to not get a job.
Mm-hmm.
We need to grow and not scare people off if we actually want to do this full time and not go work at Gallery Furniture or Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. Because if we have to get real 9-to-5 jobs, we can't do this as much.
Yeah, and that's the thing also. And I'm not trying to say that the audience here, they're not bad people.
They're
Nobody's
not.
a bad. You guys are wonderful. I love you.
But
I love you guys.
We need to grow. I mean, we've been stuck at the same, as you said, the same 70 people.
I'm trying to grow this thing into something bigger. I want it to be something bigger, right? But basically what we're getting here, like, people are treating this place like it's Fox News. I don't want it to be Fox News or CNN. I just like to talk about shit that I find interesting. Some days, some of those things are political. Like, so I got someone in here saying, well, you take the right-wing sides on politics. You view it as the right-wing side of politics. I view it as this is what I fucking think side of politics. That's how I view it. You can take it as, oh, you're conservative, whatever. I take it as, I think a lot of the way people handle Twitter and social media and the media, I think they're imbeciles. So I look at it from a different viewpoint. See here. Wait, don't flatten the curve. No, don't flatten. We want the thing to go up. We want the damn thing to go up, 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 and up. Fox News is number one in the ratings. Yes, Fox News is number one in the ratings. I understand Fox News is number one in the ratings. Good for Fox News. That's because a bunch of fucking old people sit around and watch Fox goddamn News all day and yell at the TV. Same with CNN. It's a bunch of hipster liberals watching CNN. Like, how do you watch that shit and find it entertaining? Like, what? Like, I want this to be a place where people go and laugh and have a good time. You know, I get that we're more than a quote-unquote sports show. That's what we're not we are not the type of show that's just 100% sports. We talk about a bunch of shit. And I understand why a lot of people listen to my viewpoints and go, boy, you're hardcore conservative. I understand that. But it becomes overbearing. It becomes completely overbearing. And it just becomes a place where I don't think people want to go and be part of and have some fun. Dude, it's your opinion, but you do lean right. I think you want me to lean right because in your mind, I'm some sort of like right-wing person for people. But I'm not. I'm not. I don't lean anyway because I don't vote for any of these lying, cocksucking politicians, and I never will. Calling out hypocrisy is a good thing. Of course it is. Of course calling out hypocrisy is a good thing.
We're not going to stop doing that.
But everybody just like lumps it in with, well, you must be right wing because you call out hypocrisy. People, I can't sit here and play music on the podcast. See, people, please play music. I cannot play music on the podcast.
They will shut us down.
They will shut us down. So if that's what you're here for, to hear me play the Delphonics, then you're in the wrong place. Shit.
There was a time when like people on the left and the right would all just laugh at the same jokes.
There was now again. People have always been angry on the most extreme on both sides of things have been.
Yes, but there used to be a time where you could just do a show and it didn't matter if you were left or right. People would just laugh. I miss those times.
Boy. All right, let's talk about some sponsors. Then we might just get the fuck out of here today. Jesus. What a mess. All right, who am I telling them about, Jilly?
Mac Knight Safety Solutions.
Mac Knight Safety Solutions. They are in the business of safety. That is what they are in the business of. And they are they're a safety staffing and consulting company, right? So, like, say you're out on the work sites and you are say you're, I don't know what work site you would be on. You're on construction, something like that. But it's a safety staffing and consulting company located in Rosenberg. They work nationwide on international projects. When companies have a temporary need for safety oversight on projects, they use the folks at McKnight Safety Solutions versus hiring their own people. They work in industrial and commercial construction, oil field and manufacturing facilities, and also conduct facility audits for regulatory compliance, and they assist their clients with developing and maintaining comprehensive safety programs. This aids them in obtaining work and reduces costs associated with workers' comp insurance and reduces employee risk and possible fines associated with non-compliance. They've been at it for a while. They're good people. We love them, and they are wonderful. We enjoy them thoroughly. 832-363-1295. 832-363-1295. That is the phone number. And, of course, you can find them online, McKnightSafety.com. It is McKnight Safety Solutions. We appreciate them. We love them. If you need them, use them. Who is next?
Metro Ready Mix.
Metro Ready Mix. Metro Ready Mix is a concrete company that do slab works and foundations, patios, driveways, parking lots, pool decks. They do it all, and they are awesome at what they do, and they've been at it for a long time over at Metro Ready Mix. And, well, check out their website. Do that for me, MetroReadyMix.net, MetroReadyMix.net. And they've gained a reputation as an exceptionally trustworthy concrete company, and they concentrate on developing long-term client relationships through superior services and strict attention to detail. That is our friend Richard. He's awesome. We love him. A good dude. And he's been loyal to the show. And if you need them in the Houston area for jobs large or small, get them. MetroReadyMix.net. You can call them. 713-991-6466. That's 713-991-6466. Or 713-677-9699 if you are in the Crosby area. It is our friends over at Metro Ready Mix. We thank them for that. Let's see here. What I find interesting is that we disagree a lot on here between us. Me and MW Soulgrove had a disagreement a few days ago. No one gets angry or calls anybody. Hold on. Let me finish that. Calls anybody. But you get one leftist in who stirs up trouble and people push back. All of a sudden, we're toxic and not what Jesus.
Again, we're not saying you can't disagree with people in the chat, but if you're going to have like a raging fight, I don't know, can you private message on Twitch? Just don't do it in the chat.
Like that's the thing is,
one or two lines back and forth is nothing. You can debate like a civil human.
Yes.
You don't have to be like calling people names and curse this, F that, vile this. Like you can still debate with each other. We're not saying not to.
And I would never do that. I don't want to muzzle people. But I'm trying to build something here. And you know what? Maybe the way to build it is maybe I just become Mr. Conservative Talk Radio sports guy, and maybe that's the way to build it. I don't know. But I've never been into politics. I don't like politics. I don't like politicians. I don't vote and I don't care. Yet somehow I've become like this stick it to the man right-wing guy here.
You have.
Like, and listen, and I get that some of my viewpoints are going to lean that way based on people's perception. They're going to say, well, that's our right-wing guy. Because people find people they think the way they do, and they gravitate towards them. That's why a bunch of white people like Jason Whitlock, right? Jason Whitlock has the viewpoints of white people. So a bunch of white dudes use Jason Whitlock as their guy, and more power to him. I think Whitlock does good stuff. But that's what people do. They find people in media who they feel represent the way they feel, and they gravitate towards them. So I guess a lot of conservative people gravitate towards me, despite the fact that I know that liberal people don't gravitate towards me, and that's fine, right? I mean, I'm not one to turn down audience. I'm not trying to run anybody off or tell anybody to screw off or tell anybody to leave. I don't want to do that because I appreciate everybody who listens and downloads and everything else. What I don't want to become is just some place where a handful of dudes come around to bitch about how the world's forgotten them. If we do that, we're losers. We're losers at that point. Limbaugh, Josh Limbaugh. I ain't Limbaugh. And guess what? I don't think Rush Limbaugh's any good anyway. I try listening to the show. I'm bored shitless listening to Rush Limbaugh. In the same way that I'd be bored shitless listening to some liberal talk show. 99.9.5% of talk shows are boring as hell. Let's see here. I got my voter rights back, but still won't vote. There you go. Voting doesn't do anything for him. I'm just not into it. Josh is more Adam Carolla, Dennis Miller than Tucker and Hannity. I think that's fair.
That's actually a pretty good description.
Because I'm not like, and I understand that that's why I didn't, first of all, I didn't get offered this other job, but that particular job that I was up for a couple weeks ago, first of all, I couldn't have been like Tucker and Hannity because this station was a lot softer by the description of the management than that. They didn't want that. They wanted just kind of right down the middle, and I have opinions, and it wasn't going to work out. But I also don't want to get on the radio and be barking and bloviating about constant political shit all the time. And
like you said, if there's something that you have an opinion on, you're going to say it, and more often than not, like maybe you are the silent minority takes, pride in you because there are a lot of people afraid to say these opinions, but you're not.
I appreciate that.
But
what it becomes is it goes from each individual thing, and I believe that each individual thing should matter, right? Like each individual case should matter. What becomes is, though, basically there's some anticipation for me being like Mr. Conservative dude that every single thing that conservative people think, I should think that way, and I'm not going to do that. Sometimes conservative people are wrong too. Gasp, they are. Liberal people are wrong about a bunch of shit. These things, there's no such thing as right, like 100% one way, 100% the other. Like the Sage Steele thing, right? So Sage Steele, there were some people in the office that were upset that she was told not to participate in some, it was
a special on race.
It was a special on race. Sage Steele is mixed race. I didn't know she was mixed race. She's very hot, but I didn't know she was mixed race. So she's mixed race. And there were some people in the office that felt that she was not black enough to participate in this.
She wouldn't represent the black community. Right. I guess.
Correct.
Which is ridiculous.
And that is where black folks end up being racist because despite that headline that you read me earlier, which was spectacular, there was a headline from the Breakfast Club, and it was such a spectacular headline. Like, you can't make this stuff up.
It.
So the Breakfast Club, of course, is Charlemagne, who's kind of done a 180 because at the time, black people really hated Charlemagne. But now Charlemagne...
I think black women really hated Charlemagne.
They did, but now everybody on the black side loves Charlemagne because he's kind of militant now, and he's okay with racists throwing out anti-Semitic slurs and everything, and he's okay with it.
So the headline is, Lil Baby makes controversial claim that black people are racist too.
So Lil Baby, who is a rapper, or just a small child, I'm not sure.
Not Baby. This is Lil Baby.
Oh, who is Lil Baby?
Also a rapper.
Okay, so...
But I didn't want anyone to be confused.
Think about this for a second and think about how absurd this is. It's considered racist or controversial. The term is controversial. It is considered controversial in the black community to say that other black people could be racist. Here's a newsflash. When you throw out anti-Semitic terms and you call Jews savages and animals, yeah, guess what? You're racist, Chief.
Well, I think our friend here, Lil Baby, actually did a very good job of explaining his point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't just throw it out there and, leave it at that. He actually explained it, and I think he makes a lot of sense. He says, to me, a racist is someone who treats a different race than theirs a different way than they would treat their own. I feel like if you're a black person and you treat all black people one way and all white people one way, you are racist. I'm not a racist, so I give a white person a chance to talk, and actually we get into it before I can say I don't like you or I do like you. And I feel the same way about a black person. You ain't going to be my buddy just because you're black.
See, but that's...
I think that's a very fair explanation.
Oh, I think it's a fantastic explanation, but we're at a point now where everybody in their own community, whether it's white, black, whatever, everybody has to just go so one-sided. And in particular, in this case, I think there are a ton of black racists, tons of them. If you throw out anti-Semitic stuff towards Jews, that's racist, right? If we're in a world where if I said the lyric of a song and it had the N-word, I'd be considered racist, right? And we get that all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I were to sing Paris, for instance, if I were doing Paris by Kanye and Jay-Z.
Yes.
If I were to say the N-word that's in the song, I'd be considered racist even though I'm just singing the lyrics of a song, right? Well, that's considered racist, yet being anti-Semitic is not considered being racist, and it's absurd. And the way the world treats white people is absurd in some instances. The way the media treats white people. It's totally allowed for white people to be shit on and called terrible names and be judged based on their race, and somehow it's not called racism. So yes, that's absurd. And the idea that this Lil Baby has controversial comments, and those controversial comments are, hey, black people can be racist too, that's absurd.
It is pretty ridiculous.
It is absurd.
Guess what? Everybody can be racist. Hispanics can be racist. Chinese
Dude, by
can be
the way,
racist.
you know what?
Everybody can be racist.
A lot of Hispanics don't like black people. A lot of Asians or Koreans don't like black people. A lot of black people don't like Mexicans. Like, here's the thing we've got to learn as people. It's not as simple as, hey, there's one racist group, and once we change their mind, the world's a better place. No, there are so many racist groups. There's so many factions and little factions of these bigger groups that are racist. Not all white people are racist, but there's a faction of them that are. Not all Mexicans are racist, but there's a faction of them that are. Remember how ticked off the black folks were a couple weeks ago at George Lopez, because George Lopez in one of his old stand-ups said basically his grandma or whoever it was said, don't bring a black person home. I mean, these are the things, like, that's my issue, is what we've done is we've taken, and we can go back to the Sage Steele thing, like, basically, we pick and choose which. Let me go this way. First of all, it's absurd to say that only one group is racist. It's absolute bullshit, but the media goes with it. The media is full of shit. We understand the media is full of shit. That's number one. But number two, how do we pick and choose which mixed race people are down with the cause and who aren't? So, like, why is Sage Steele not black enough to be on a show on ESPN, but Colin Kaepernick, mixed race, is black enough to be the face of the entire oppressed movement?
It is strange.
It's extremely strange. Dude was like adopted by white people. Yet some of the dude was like grew up with white people, with a white family. Yet somehow he is like the face of the movement. No one questions like, hey, by the way, you grew up with a bunch of, pretty well-off white people, right?
Maybe they oppressed him.
So bizarre,
Maybe that's
man.
why. Maybe because growing up with the white folks, he was extra oppressed.
Maybe that was it. Maybe they kept him locked in a dungeon downstairs and didn't let him come out. Maybe that was the answer.
Gotta be.
But there's so much, it's just absurd. Like, by the way, Sage Steele, you're not black enough. Colin Kaepernick, who was raised by a white family, you are black enough. Isn't Curry mixed race? And Curry's gotten criticism from people for not being black enough. Like, there is so much interrace racism in the black community that it's absurd. Like, the interrace, like the hatred that certain parts of the black community have for other parts of the black community is astounding. Yet the finger that's pointed constantly is at white people for being racist. And this Sage Steele story is the greatest. It's a great example. So this person's mixed race. So they can't have any viewpoint on race. Great. But other mixed race people can if they're down with the cause enough. If they're like Kaepernick and they grow a fro and start to take a knee during the national anthem and start wearing dashikis, automatically their viewpoint is real and rugged and raw, and they've been oppressed. But Sage Steele cannot be oppressed. Drake got dissed for not being black enough, too, on a diss track. Drake's been getting that for a long time, but all Drake does is basically tells people to kiss his black ass while he starts making all that money.
Well, and Drake's Jewish, too, so he's got a good combo.
I'd like to hear what Drake has to say about all the anti-Semitism in the urban community. But this, and listen, this is what we need more of. We need more people to at least point these things out and say, this is hypocrisy, and you're not getting us anywhere, and we are not improving as a people if we sit here on a consistent basis and allow hypocrisy. So I'm all about that. So again, when we have these discussions on the show and people get all worked up and people, and people say, they get mad at me because I'm getting angry at people arguing in the chat about shit during the 97.5 show. We agree on a lot of things, and I'm not telling you to not feel the way you feel. But at some point, like, it just becomes overbearing. This story we'll talk about because it's an actual story involving sports. It involves ESPN, and ESPN's one of the more hypocritical of the bunch. Would you rather not say your true opinions and get a radio job, or need to get a 9-to-5 because no radio station would hire you? Genuinely, I don't know. I'm probably not going to have to change my opinions on things for a radio job, because at some point a radio job's going to be there. Don't know when, but I don't consider my viewpoints to be that outrageous. Does it mean maybe talking less about the stuff we talk about on the podcast? Sure. And if they want me to tone that down and say, save it for your podcast, I'll save it for the podcast. But that's not dismissing what I truly believe or changing my opinions. I don't change my opinions on shit for radio. But if they say, hey, scale back here, I'll go, fine, it's your sandbox, whatever you want. But on my podcast, I'm going to say what I think and and I'm going to say what I think and feel. So there you go. Why am I getting a pre-roll added, Josh? I think the pre-roll comes if you're not if you don't subscribe. I think ads play if you're not a subscriber, and you can subscribe for free using Amazon Prime. I believe that's how it works. Rolling with weekly leaderboards, question mark. What the hell is that? Weekly leaderboards for what? That I don't know. Josh, don't go Nick Cannon on the podcast. Well, I've never have, and I won't. I told you the left is so unhinged that grounded common sense makes you racist. And there's a lot of people in the media that are out of control. I'm not disagreeing with that. Totally agree. But what I'm trying to convey here is I don't want this podcast or this show to become a place that's more about anger than about passion and humor. That's what I don't want. Does that make sense to everybody? I just want to make sure that everybody knows and we kind of are in agreement here about what I'm feeling. I like passion. I like people having their opinions. What I don't want is for it to become anger. I don't want it to become just a hostile feeling place. And I know when I say that it becomes, oh, leftists came in here and now you say we're hostile. Everybody's hostile. Every side is hostile. People are unhinged, okay? I just don't want this to become that. I want it to be a refuge from that type of shit. I don't want anger. When I do my worst shit, it's anger. Passion's different than anger, man. I just want passion and humor and not rage and anger. You know when I started tanking in Philadelphia is when I went from having passion to just being angry about everything and hating everybody. When that happens, it goes to hell. And it's no longer fun. You know when people talk about our time on 790, you know the one thing they say was their favorite? When we're doing the Astros stuff in 2017.
Yep.
Very few people are like, man, when you were breaking down Kaepernick taking a knee, whoo, best shit you've ever done. Sometimes people just want joy. And people want to laugh and have a good time. And be passionate, but not constantly angry. Let's see here. I really want to subscribe. Well, you should subscribe. The Bearded Buddy, you should. It's free. And you get to use fun emojis.
It's free if you have Amazon.
It is
Prime.
free if you have Amazon to subscribe, yes. And I get like $2 of that. So, hey, why not? You were way too angry the last few months in Philly. Of course I was. I was miserable and I didn't want to be there. But why the hell would anybody want to listen to some miserable, angry guy on the radio all the time? Let's see. But there's no anger among Gist Nation. It's the anti-Gisters who don't like you or us and have made it known that they don't before today. This didn't start just today. I don't know. Who are these? Here's my question. Who are these anti-Gisters we're talking about?
I mean, I'm sure there's people that come watch the show just on the ESPN Twitter who may not like you. They may have liked the previous show. That's fine. And that's nice. You guys want to defend Josh, but it's not worth getting into a screaming match over. We know Gist Nation's loyal.
Yes.
You don't have to prove it to these people.
The Bearded Buddy said he wants to subscribe, but it feels like I'm listening to 740. Well, if it feels like, I don't know what to tell you. This is pretty much how my show on 97.5 sounds too. I mean, we do a lot of the same stuff on there, so I don't know what the difference is. You joining Outkick or what? No, there's never even been a discussion about joining Outkick, so no. Let's see. If they called, I'd gladly do it, but that's not something that's in the pipeline. I listen for honest common sense and laughs and insights, not for CNN or Fox. I come to get away from all that. Dude, I subscribe to you and 97.5. I've been listening to you since day one. Keep it going. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's nice of you to say. But again, I just want to convey to people that I don't want anger. I just want passion from people. Let's see. By the way, someone asked about Z-Dog. So Z-Dog was in a bad place last night because people were not happy about Z-Dog's rap.
It was very nice what you did for him.
But here's the thing. If you haven't heard Z-Dog's rap from yesterday, I'll play it for you.
Yo, let me tell you about George Floyd. Rest in peace, George. Maybe if you weren't a criminal, you would be alive. If Black Lives mattered, why don't they matter when black kill blacks? I stand with the police, they aren't racist like you all say. police lives matter. George Floyd should have been in jail anyway. I never really liked George Floyd. I wish Black Lives Matter wasn't a hate group. I love black people, but bad black people I don't. More cops kill white people than blacks, so I don't know why you're composing so much. How couldn't he breathe with that big nose? Free all the cops that were doing their jobs. They are instrument. All lives matter.
So Z-Dog got a lot of negative feedback from that. So here's the thing. So I felt like I didn't feel bad. I want to be clear. Because we've been playing Z-Dog songs for 4 years, or not 4 years, but maybe 2.5 years, 3 years, however long it's been. And I don't think anybody in our chat has ever been cruel. I don't think that anybody in our chat or on our show, I think most people that listen to the show and know the show understand what Z-Dog is, right? Z-Dog is, as he said in his apology, he has a disability. We understand he has a disability. We play his songs because we like him. In fact, we sent him an Astros jersey a couple of years ago. Maybe Lesbian Rachel sends him messages and all the time. I think he thought that she was in love with him for a while, so maybe she was a little bit cruel, but it's fine. Z-Dog has been a staple on the show for a long time.
Yep.
So we are I didn't want Z-Dog to feel bad. So last night he tweets out, because he, as we knew he would do, he deleted his message. He deleted the song, right? And I felt bad for him because he doesn't know any better. He doesn't know what he's doing. He thinks he's a rapper. He puts out some shit. People say it's offensive. He deletes it and it hurts his feelings. So I sent him a tweet and I said, "Don't worry about it, Z-Dog. You're fine, right?" And whatever. So this morning I got a long email from a listener of the podcast, and basically it was someone who was accusing me of bullying Z-Dog, which I thought was bogus, because this must be someone who hasn't listened to the show a lot, because we've been playing Z-Dog songs for 3 years. We bust his balls like you would do for anybody who, I don't want to use the word normal, but, like anybody that doesn't have a disability. I mean, we bust his balls. He puts stuff out there. We bust his balls.
And
as
he
part of the
knows
show.
we were doing it. I mean, he would get excited when we would play his songs, too. Like, we got him a lot of Twitter followers. We got him a lot of love in Houston.
Mhm.
And no one in Houston was actually mean to him, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. There could be an occasional asshole, but there's occasional assholes everywhere. So I got this email from this person that was basically like, if Z-Dog does harm to himself, it's your fault and all. And I'm like, okay, this is bogus. But because Z-Dog has been a fixture on the show for a long time. So I sent Z-Dog a DM. First of all, I responded to this guy and laid out basically everything I told you guys. This guy's been on the show for a long time. We've sent him jerseys. Our audience is very kind to him, and we appreciate him. So whatever. So today I started sending Z-Dog some DMs on Twitter because I think he was still kind of, down. So I asked Z-Dog for his address. So now I'm going to send Z-Dog some GIST paraphernalia, some GIST T-shirts, so to cheer him up because he is down. I actually had the longest conversation I've ever had with Z-Dog was done via direct message here
that's
today.
Nice of you. I'm glad you did.
And I just told him, like, dude, don't worry about it, man. You made a mistake. Look, I told him, and I don't know that he can comprehend this, and I don't know that he can. But I told him, dude, I've been fired 2 times, right? I've done dumb stuff. I make mistakes. You made a mistake that upset some of your people. They were upset, but don't worry. And he, well, what should I do? Here's what you should do. Go make another jazz rap and bring people together with a jazz rap.
He did. He just actually released a new song. He's excited to get the season started. Let's go jazz.
Oh, well, where's that at?
He just tweeted it.
Well, that's good. So do this. If you guys are on Twitter, go find Z-Dog on Twitter and retweet that and tell him he did a hell of a job. How about that?
It's a short one. It's about a minute. He says he might take a break from rapping after this.
Well, I guess he's listening to me. I don't know. I told him just go do some music from go do some songs about things that can bring people together. Sports will bring people together. Let me see if I can find Z-Dog here. Hold on. Might be one of the first things to pop up on here for the old dog on Twitter. Let's see if he takes my advice on this one, which I would urge him to do, and just said, make a happy song. Do something.
See.
All right, this song is about the Jazz. Let's get the season started. All right, let's see how this sounds. Now, I hope Adam Clanton doesn't hear this because he will say offensive things. and that might hurt Z-Dog's feelings. All right, let's see.
Yo, let me tell you something about the Utah Jazz. We're excited to have you back. It's been a rough time since the NBA season got suspended. Jazz Nation and all the Jazz fans missed you. Utah misses you. Let's get the season started. I'm ready for Jazz basketball. I miss Bowlers Carls, Kristen Kenny, sideline reporting. The Jazz are back. No more talking smack. Back to Orlando. This is where it's at. Time for talking has come to an end. The NBA is back. Let the Jazz begin. The Jazz are the real MVPs, and Quinn Snyder is our coach of the year. Go get your Jazz gear ready. It's time to party. Z-Dog out. Peace. By the way, Salt Lake City, stand up. Let's cheer for the Jazz. How about them Jazz?
That was a nice song,
There
Z-Dog.
you go, Z-Dog.
He's happy again.
He's back. He's happy now. He's listening to my advice on that.
I kind of want the Jazz doing the whole thing just for Z-Dog. Is that weird? Like, it's a weird enough season. Why not?
Yeah, let me see here. I'm going to retweet that for the old Z-Dog. Hold on, retweet. I'm going to retweet with a comment. Z-Dog is back, spitting the fire that we know he's capable of.
You're right, though. Like, Adam would slide into his DMs like, listen here, asshole.
Listen here. You guys are assholes and you're racists.
Oh.
That he's capable of producing. Good job. There we go. Now, I've irked somebody named Rich Rose who says he sucks balls, bro. Well, you know what? That's your opinion.
But he did bring us such great terms, and I think this is like a just standard now is booty flakes.
Booty flakes.
That's
he
all
brought
courtesy
us
of
that.
Z-Dog.
He brought it, man.
Yeah, that's all courtesy of Z-Dog. Booty flakes.
Let's see. Somebody tweets me and says, "You put us there, Josh. Now you got to dig us out. Your rightist views went away from your bread and butter of being shock jockey while not polarizing one side of the aisle." Also, that's AISLE, not ISLE. That's
enough.
an island. So I don't know what side of what island you are on, but whatever.
Close enough.
I believe. I might be wrong on that. And if I am, you know what? Then I'm the moron in this. Does Adam Clanton's wife think he's a cuck? Yes. I actually have no doubt that she does. Let's see here. How about them Jazz? In Z-Dog's apology, he points out he's been a Jazz fan since 94. He did say that. And considering that's when he was born,
Lifelong.
then he is a lifelong Jazz fan. The rightist views, does that mean you're always right? That is, in fact, what that means. There is no doubt that is what that means. Let's see, I got a message. Is it from Z-Dog? Let's see. There's your hit for your next show. Well, thanks, Z-Dog. That's a good jam.
Like, already played it. Love it.
That's a good jam. We already played it. Good job. There we go.
You really gonna send him some Gist t-shirts?
Oh, yeah. I already told Shelby over at 97 Graphics.
Excellent. Excellent.
You're just making fun of him at first, but now you're soft for him. Come on. Listen. The first time we played Z-Dog, we made fun of him. We didn't know who the hell Z-Dog was.
Yeah, we found him, like, I think it was on Barstool.
Yes. And you know what? We bust his balls about some stuff. Like, I don't understand the point in calling me out because I'm not bullying some kid. I don't understand, like, why that makes me a horrible person. Like, I'd like to know what exactly why that's a bad thing. If you want to tell me that I've gone soft on some player, some coach, call me out for that all you want. But sending a t-shirt to Z-Dog, who's given us a lot of great material, and yeah, we screw around with him, right? That's what we've done. He says, thank you. You read my mind. I just want to be happy today. Well, good. Let's see. Be happy, buddy. You made a good song. There we go. And if you guys want it, it's ZDog223 on Twitter for what it's worth. And I just retweeted that. So if you want to, go share that or comment on it, go ahead. Send Z-Dog a Gist towel and maybe a lesbian Rachel pic. Well, we could do that for him, too.
He loves Rachel.
He does. And he doesn't understand the whole concept that she's, might be a lesbian or
she's
what a
told him.
lesbian is.
She's told him.
I don't think he understands that. He might take that as like a personal affront to him. He's like, wait a minute. Z-Dog bumps, but nothing will ever top 76ers theme song. Pinche Pancho Villa says, interview him. Z-Dog does not do interviews. I think Z-Dog did one interview ever, and that was on a Salt Lake radio station, and he might have done TV. You know what I'm saying?
If anyone's going to interview, first of all, we know if anyone's going to interview, it's going to be Rachel. I think maybe she did interview him. I don't remember.
I don't think she did. Let's see. Busting a guy's stones and then him coming back at you and then having some fun together is how friendships are formed in my book. I would agree with that, the real Toasterhead. He shouldn't apologize for the rap. Again, KJ Tex, the issue is this
is a kid who apologizes like
all the time for everything.
He made a song dissing LeBron or the Lakers, and then he apologized because Lakers fans were like, you suck.
Correct. So if he just sticks to that, I think he'll live. I don't know that Z-Dog wants to dip his toe in the Black Lives Matter movement.
Just stay making fun of teams. You're fine
there
with that.
You go. Remember when Z-Dog was supposed to be on Tosh.0? Z-Dog really dropped the ball on that one. That could have been a career changer.
He had the invite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is Z-Dog had the career chance, like the chance to blow up. It'd be like if I had the opportunity to go on the Stern Show and promote the podcast, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, this was the opportunity. And the thing about Z-Dog is that Z-Dog is like he always complains that he hasn't been able to replicate the success of his Clippers Smell Like Weed jam. And the Tosh Show would have given him the opportunity. Tosh.0 would have done that. So there we go. Some people are retweeting Z-Dog now. That's nice. That is very nice of them. So there you go. So hopefully people listen to a song, gets him a bunch of views, and life is better for Z-Dog because he was not feeling well today. And there's going to be a T-shirt in the mail, and I told Shelby that I want the envelope to say Z-Dog on it. Maybe I'll even throw in like a knit cap. I'd throw in a ball cap, but I feel like his head might be large. And I don't want to send him a hat that's too small and then see him embarrassed walking around with a hat that's too small.
The knit cap's a solid.
Yeah, that can stretch at least. Z-Dog leans right, apparently. Well, if you listen to the jam, I think you would think so. Bun B is jealous of Z-Dog. I think he is. I would argue he's had more relevant success here recently than Bun B has.
Possible.
Weed smells good, though. And that's the other thing that Z-Dog never really... you have to understand this about Z-Dog. In many of his raps, he says that things that actually smell good smell bad, like fried chicken. I believe in one of them he said you smell like fried chicken from Popeyes. Well, that smells spectacular.
I love Popeyes.
Yeah. Autograph the shirt. Well, I don't have the shirts with me, and they're black shirts, so you don't autograph those very well. Maybe I'll have Shelby over at 97 Graphics just forge my signature on a picture and say, hey, best of luck to the best rapper in the game, yo. Can't wait for the chat on 97.5 tomorrow. I understand that I've pissed some of you off, and I understand that people are irked by my anger to start the show today. I want to build something that's gigantic. I'm not embarrassed of any of you. I'm glad you're there. You're loyal to the show, and I appreciate your loyalty to the show. I just don't want to create a place where 97.5 looks at a bunch of people yelling at each other, and they go, well, what's the point of this? There's no joy here. It's just angry people. That's all. I mean, I would hope you guys would kind of get the point of what I'm trying to do. That is all. Let's see here. Telling NBA players they smell like fried chicken, ? It wasn't all NBA players. There were some people. But again, yeah, Z-Dog is a lyrical gangsta. So he's going to do what he's going to do. Sorry, I was not on 97.5 chat or watch. Been back working and dealing with drama. Well, Trevor, you know what? You don't have to apologize to me, friend. You're loyal. Hot take.
I think actually that's what you should play. Speaking of Just Nation,
yeah.
Our friend Spank at Slap It last night, I believe. Remember,
I was looking for that and I can't find it.
And he had said that he was going to go walk the dog and then get hammered.
Yes,
I think he did.
And then he put together this emotional message about unity, and I can't find the damn thing anymore.
It was so good.
He might have deleted it.
That means he was definitely hammered, but I loved it.
I know. I'm looking. This would have been about 19 hours or so ago, and I don't think it's there.
I don't think it's there
Oh
anymore.
man, Spank It Slap. It was great. He was like drunk and emotional.
It was the unifying message that we needed in
It was
this
what
chat
this
today.
country needs right now.
It was. And I remember just thinking, boy, he really was not lying when he called.
Spank It Slap It says, I'll email it. Spank It Slap It had a real emotional moment
It was
yesterday.
beautiful.
He's like, I got to take this down. But it was something about how, like, people just need, who cares about the color of your skin,
It was
bro?
so good.
It was fantastic, though. It really was. And what's your email? JoshEnnisShow@gmail.com. God.
No, that made my night last night. I was like, you know what? Go ahead, Just Nation.
Let me ask him if he, because I think I'm going to send Z-Dog one of the They Just Don't Know t-shirts.
Oh, you might as well.
Nobody bought those.
Aren't we supposed to put those on clearance?
I don't know. If I put the They Just Don't Know t-shirts on clearance, would anybody actually buy them?
I'll buy anything on clearance.
That was a whiff on my part. But
I think we didn't let enough time go by from the first batch to the second batch. I think we got excited.
I think we did. But, you know, the next move is we got to come up with the Bones and Hose podcast t-shirt, which will sell big. And let's see, maybe throw a koozie and a knit cap in as well. He's in what,
Utah,
Salt Lake,
yeah.
so he'll get cold. It'll get cold soon. Ah, boy. Jisson fan 713 said he'd buy a discounted.
Dude, there's things that I don't need and I don't want, but if I see it's on discount, I buy that shit.
No, I feel you on that. I've been doing less of that lately because
especially if shipping is included, then I am in. I do that with like makeup all the time. It's actually a problem. Or like the Puma outlet the other day had like a sale, and I'm like, I can get this nice hoodie for like $8.
Let's see. Get 713 shirts to design your shirts. D Texan on Twitter. Well, there's a difference. There's not a t-shirt company I need to print them. I just need an actual logo. I need a design done.
Well, maybe they can design
part.
them, if that's what they're saying.
That would be the hardest part. Let me see here. I'm waiting to get this message here. There we go. From Cameron. All right, this is, hold on. Let me, .mov. Let's see if I can download this thing, if it'll play here. Hold on.
It was the best.
On QuickTime. See if this even works for me. Hold on. Where you at, QuickTime player? Let's see. Use there. Let's see. Open, damn your eyes. Here we go. Let's see. So this is emotional Just Nation member Spank It
After saying he was
Slap
going to go drink many, many beers. That's what I appreciate about Just Nation is when they say they're going to get drunk, they do.
They do. And it's just a close-up shot of him, his beard and long hair and Astros hat. 40 seconds of trying to bring unity to this country.
Racism will never go away. It's rooted in our past. But the thing is, be respectful of people. You know, open the door for people, hold the door open for people. Just respect people. I'm telling you right now, to end all this crap, be nice to people. Hold the door open. Oh, they dropped their wallet? Pick it up. Doesn't matter if they're black, Asian, white, who cares? Be respectful. Just be nice to people, and this is all gone.
And he does like a dog head tilt. It says we need the national anthem behind this PSA. Well, hold on. Let me try that. Hold on.
Or like The More You Know or something.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can get you something here. Let me get you a bed for that. Let me get you a bed for that really quick. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. Okay. No, here we go. Let's try this. Let me see. Hold on. I wasn't anticipating this happening. Hold on. It's coming. Boy, this build up for God Bless America. Damn. Hold on. Jesus Christ, YouTube. You're killing me, Smalls. I don't like this one.
This kind of blows.
Yeah, I don't like it. All right, let me try this. I'm going to try something else. Hold on. I apologize. Here we go.
Racism will never go away. It's rooted in our past. But the thing is, be respectful of people. You know, open the door for people, hold the door open for people. Just respect people. I'm telling you right now, to end all this crap, be nice to people.
Simple.
Hold the door open. Oh, they dropped their wallet? Pick it up. Doesn't matter if they're black, Asian, white, who cares? Be respectful. Just be nice to people, and this is all gone.
I need the bars to because we need to get drunk with that guy.
I know. I want to get drunk with him. Like, come on, bars open. Oh, is there another instrumental to play under that? I think that was pretty perfect. I want to hear it again then.
Does it do the more you know at the end of it? That'll be fun.
I will. Hold on. Let's see here.
Racism will never go away. It's rooted in our past. But the thing is, be respectful of people. You know, open the door for people, hold the door open for people. Just respect people. I'm telling you right now, to end all this crap, be nice to people. Hold the door open. Oh, they dropped their wallet? Pick it up. Doesn't matter if they're black, Asian, white, who cares? Be respectful. Just be nice to people, and this is all gone.
Spank and slap, but I'd also like to know, like, when you woke up this morning and saw your Twitter, were you like, oh.
That's a fine question.
What did I do?
Oh, shit. That's fantastic.
I love it. It's
okay,
brilliant.
Hold on. Let me see if this is... There we go. Now we're ready. That was one we used to have. That's one that I need to get because we used to use that one all the time, me and Jim did. All right, here we go. Let's get this ready.
Racism will never go away. It's rooted in our past. But the thing is, be respectful of people. You know, open the door for people, hold the door open for people. Just respect people. I'm telling you right now, to end all this crap, be nice to people. Hold the door open. Oh, they dropped their wallet? Pick it up. Doesn't matter if they're black, Asian, white, who cares? Be respectful. Just be nice to people, and this is all gone.
Oh, I must have missed why this is so funny. It's funny because he's drunk. And it's funny because he tweeted this video
You
to
don't know, now you know, nigga.
Oh, boy. Come on. What is that? No, come on.
Great.
Great. So the video stopped on YouTube and then it started another the more. God damn it. Come on, man. Come on. Ah, that's not right at all.
It's
Come
also
on.
just the
I'm not a
sincerity.
bigot, but I'm allowed to be one.
Like the sincerity in his voice, like that this is going to solve the problems.
Come on, man.
That's why I find it funny.
Oh, man. So, yeah, what happened just then was I was playing the 7-second sound effect from The More You Know.
Yep.
And it just started playing another random one titled The More You Know. And then it was that.
It was Biggie.
Well, there we go. That's the end of it. That's the end of Twitch for us. Well, what are you going to do? If that's how we go out, that's how we go out, I guess. Whatever. Rock and roll. God. Well, that'll do it. That'll do it.
We just figured out how to end racism.
We did. After Spank It, Slap It just ended racism for us. Now Biggie jumps in and brings it right back. Thanks, Biggie.
Boy.
Well, boy. Thank you, Tank.
Sorry.
Ah, boy. I tell you. Well,
What a time.
what a time. But, things can always be tougher.
Like I always say, the sun will come up tomorrow.
Well, it may.
Thanks, Bill.
Bill O'Brien's here to lift everybody up. Deranged says, if I lose Twitch because of that, this country's in big trouble.
Big trouble.
Big trouble. Big trouble. God, that was a tough break. That was
Oh,
certainly.
is that Twitch texting?
Wouldn't that be great if it's like, well, we just heard the buzzer went off at Twitch. No, it was that was just a random text from like Verizon or something.
Oh.
So that's good news.
Did you ask Matt about the tortoise and the hare?
I have not.
Your phone
actually.
is in your hand. Text him right now so all of Just Nation knows you at least attempted it.
Okay, let me see if Matt has it. Let's see. Do you have the tortoise and hare audio?
We need to know.
God, what a mess. That's actually, you're right. This was the message basically that I had for Z-Dog.
Like I always say, the sun will come up tomorrow.
It's true.
That is true. That's what I told him.
You know how else we could get the tortoise and the hare audio if need be?
How's that?
It won't be the greatest quality, but you do still have some shows that we haven't deleted on your phone, right?
Yeah, but it'll be hard to,
Because every time we've had Matt on, which towards the end was like every other day,
Yeah, it was fun.
you would be able to find that drop because you played it every time that we had him come on. Who won it?
Who won it? That's right. I tell you. How did that happen? Better make an epic outro, Josh. Like what? How that happened was very simple. That was very simple. I was playing a YouTube video. The YouTube video had the More You Know sound. Once the More You Know video ended, it goes up next. It says the More You Know. I forgot to pause it. So how am I to know which way it's going to go next? And then it becomes,
And if you don't know,
and then I'm not going to play the rest of it, but that's exactly how it went down.
What's the next More You Know?
It just says NBC, the More You Know. I hope it's just what it is. That's what I hope.
We're living on the edge.
See? It's nothing but the More You Know. The next one, 1996 high quality version, NBC, the More You Know. It's all it is. Ah, boy. I tell you. Now we're doing some living, aren't we? YouTube autoplay is racist. There was nothing racist about that. It was a song. There's nothing racist about that. Anyway, that's the absurdity of all of this. That's someone's art. We are listening to someone's art. In that situation, we were listening to someone's art on accident, but we were listening to someone's art. Tonight's show will go viral now with the haters. Well, I don't think so. I doubt that. Let's see here. Wait until Jamel Hill gets a hold of this. That's a good point. That's a really good point.
I wonder if she had anything to say about Sage Steele.
I would imagine she doesn't think she's very black. Let's see. You've been dying to play that clip. Be honest. I don't think I have. Wouldn't have even thought of it. Are you and Jilly in the same room, just two cameras? No, she's in the basement where I've got her chained up, and I'm all the way on the third floor. Like, why would we be on the same camera? Like wouldn't make any sense. Don's going to be calling you shortly. Wouldn't doubt it. Hey, buddy. I'll get the call. Hey, buddy, what's up? No, nothing much, Don. Yeah, you're doing it wrong.
Yep.
All right, well, let me see. I do need to say goodbye to the people on the podcast side of things. So goodbye, you podcast folks. See ya. Well, podcast part of it is done now. Wouldn't that be something if that's how the podcast ends up blowing up? Somehow it was the accidental playing of 5 seconds of Biggie.
Wouldn't that do it?
What are the odds of that, though? Like, out of all the things that could be there, it's that. I tell you. Nary a break to be had, I tell you. Ah, boy.
I also hope you know that tomorrow, as soon as you get on that 97.5 chat, they're just going to fuck with you.
Who's that? All of the guys? Why?
That's what they do.
Well, I'm sure they... but the thing is, I only read it during the breaks anyway, so...
You know it's coming.
Ah, boy. See, I got a message from someone. Oh, it's from... Well, it was Z-Dog, and then... yep, Z-Dog. So there's that. Got the old dog of Z. Jamel Hill is trending, haha. Well, I can only imagine why. I guess credit to her, she trends like every day. Her ignorance, I guess, gets her a ton of mentions, I suppose. Let's see here. Before we get out of here, by the way, let's see here. We haven't really done a Bits Blitz today, have we? I don't know that today is the day to be asking people for money.
Probably not.
I think most of the people in here hate my guts now, so that's all good. My constituents hate me now. But feel free to throw in some bits if you'd like, if you feel it necessary. What did we talk about today that I should put in the title of
Well,
this?
I mean, you were angry. That's about it.
Yeah, Josh is angry.
Z-Dog. That's about it.
Josh is angry.
We love Z-Dog.
We love Z-Dog. No, let's see. This person says, I like you more. Well, thanks, friend. I appreciate it.
And then we had a powerful message from Spank It Slap It.
We did. Discuss Josh's anger towards his Twitch chatters after the 97.5 Twitch chat became an anger fest, became a political show. No. Let's see. Josh's anger towards his Twitch chatters. That was true. Well, thank you, Trevor from the 203. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. That's nice of you. Thanks, Pogo Buckin. Thanks. Let's see. Josh and Jilly discuss Josh's anger towards his Twitch chatters. Josh is upset. Josh is mad. Upset makes me sound like a lady. Josh is mad because the chat became extremely political. Did I spell extremely right? Very political. I would appreciate it if you would auto-correct for me, please, on here. Became very political during the 97.5 show. Josh just wants to have fun and share some laughs. Is that too much to ask? Is it? Josh discusses his DM conversation with Z-Dog, who is not feeling so hot after he upset some folks with his latest rap. Josh thinks he has brought him some comfort. Brought Z-Dog some comfort. Z-Dog some comfort.
You're about to get okay there. I thought you were about to get another autoplay here, and I didn't want to know what was going to happen.
No, I've got 10 hours. I got circus theme 10 hours up, so we should be good.
Oh.
Josh presses his knee on loyal Gist base. Yep, that's the answer. What else did we discuss?
I mean, it was literally that, and
We
then the
play loyal Gisser. Spank it. Slap it. Wait, actually, I'll do this. Loyal Gisser, spank it, slap it. Loyal Gisser, spank it, slap it. Provides us with drunken wisdom. That's quality right there.
dang, this toaster that I showed you yesterday, it's got like the screen on front of it. And you can choose like how like burnt you want your toast and like set it for English muffins and Pop-Tarts and everything.
Yeah, so a toaster?
But like with like the touch screen on it, remember I showed you?
Oh, yeah.
And you can actually choose, like, it'll show you a picture of how, like, you know, burnt you want your toast or how unburnt you want your toast.
Yep.
That shit's $300.
Dang.
I will not pay $300 for a
For
toaster.
a toaster? No. My dad's fridge at his house, by the way, has this, like, it has a whole, like, computer screen on the front
Yep.
of it. Who needs that
Well, that's
shit?
like this toaster. I think you would have more use for the toaster with that than a fridge.
Who needs that shit, though?
Me,
And, like, you
because
could-
toasters piss me off.
And you can play music through your fridge? I don't need to do that.
$299 for a toaster. You're crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Quite crazy. Crazy. I tell you, though. Today is one of those days I'll be glad when it's over. That is one of those. Wouldn't you agree, Luther? You concur, son?
Well, now it's one of those days I wish we were doing a drinking show. My goodness.
I know. But that's Saturday. We'll be doing a drinking show on Saturday.
So long. So far away.
Bed Bath & Beyond was having a sale and had some toasters for like $20. It may still be going on.
Well,
but do
I
they have
know-
a computer screen
Yeah,
on
I
the
know
front
I
of
can
them?
get a toaster for $20. The toaster I have downstairs is probably like $15. But I want the fancy one where I can choose like level 5
Yes.
for burntness on my toast.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems dumb. Last day without baseball. You're right, KJ Tex. Very good point, friend. Super duper addition there with that point. Bow Wow is also trending for what it's worth. Yins for wondering.
Racism will never go away. It's rooted in our past. But the thing is, be respectful of people.
Didn't work as well.
No, not as powerful.
No, I need powerful messages. So anyway. Well. I guess we'll be back tomorrow unless I hear from Don Collins that we will not be back tomorrow. Which, who knows, could be possible. But anyway, we will see you guys.